Welcome back to the Mortgage 101 podcast. I'm Manly Haynes.
And I'm Anthony Valentino. And in this week's episode, it's not just great, it's great. Actually, not so much, because in this market, things feel a little soggy. What's your take, Manly?
Hey, Anthony, that's right. We're calling this one the K economy crunch. Why the current economy got cornflaked and most Americans are not doing great.
100%. And we're going to break down what this K economy actually means. How two people can live on the same block and experience two complete realities, all depending on whether they own assets or they own payments. Big difference.
Yeah. Hey, you'll learn what defines the upper and lower halves of the K, and why homeownership is the tipping point between wealth and worry. Hey, and what you can do right now to move upward.
Yeah, and we're going to unpack this week's rate data. We're going to dive right into it, understanding what convexity means, in the buzzword battle with producer Ryan and our Tony the Tiger inspired knock knock closer.
You ever pour a bowl of cereal thinking you're starting the day strong? And halfway through, you realize the milk's gone bad, there's chunks everywhere, and it's got a weird smell. That's the economy right now. Everyone keeps saying things are great, but it doesn't smell right.
That's right, Manly. And while Wall Street's eating seconds, Main Street is shaking the box for crumbs. I mean, welcome to the cornflake market edition, where some people are rising with the crunch while others are sinking in the soggy bottom. Just doesn't make sense.
You're thinking, but the headlines say unemployment's low, stocks are up, inflation's cooling. Shouldn't that mean everything's fine?
I mean, sure, if you own assets, you're driving those numbers, right? But for most Americans, it feels like running in place while the prices are jogging ahead of you. They just cannot catch up.
Anthony, that's the K-shaped economy. The upper half owns assets and rises. The lower half rents and slides. Same data, different destiny.
Yeah, and housing is the fork in the road, right? The biggest difference between this is wealth building and paycheck chasing. That's a big difference.
Hey, so today we're cracking open what the K economy really is and why it's widening and how to get on the upper half even without being rich.
Yeah, and because in 2025, comfort is costing people, but being calculated pays, we're going to dive deep to understand this K economy and what it means for you.
Come on, supercharged frosted flakes and a good breakfast will bring out the tiger in you.
They're great.
Anthony, let's talk about the market and what's driving rates. Let's start with what's driving the actual numbers. As of October 2025, the 30-year fix sits at 6.22%, and the 10-year Treasury yield is at 3.98%.
That's right, Manly. Both are down. On top of that, inflation cooled to about 2.8%, but we're still seeing sticky rates. It's a combination of Fed hesitation, Washington's budget mess, the fact that they're in an impasse and the government shut down. All of this is posturing, and it's not helping the rates.
Hey, Anthony, when Congress stalls, investors stall. Mortgage-backed securities flatten, yields hover, and rates, they stay parked.
That's right. And on top of that, like we spoke about past couple episodes, the word convexity comes back into play. So as we see these rates go down, we see that push on that yield go up, which counteracts everything that the feds are trying to do to where we have a nothing burger.
Yep. Anthony, convexity explains why rates sometimes bounce back up even when yields fall. I mean, it happens.
Yeah, I mean, think of it like this. When rates drop too fast, investors get nervous and they worry about the early payoffs or the refinances, and they back off from buying mortgage bonds, which blunts the decline. So all this hard work, or what we think they're doing, it's just getting thrown to the wayside because of this convexity and, more importantly, with the recent posturing and the uncertainty in the future.
Yeah. So even if the 10-year treasury falls, mortgage rates may not follow all the way down. It's not going to happen.
It's a cereal box illusion, Manly. It looks full of potential. You bust that bad boy open and you're looking at 70% air. There's just nothing there.
Oh, Anthony, I love how you brought the cereal box into this whole Special K Cornflakes edition. Great work, buddy. Great work.
Nothing gets you crowing in the morning like the crisp corn taste of Kellogg's Corn Flakes. They're part of your complete breakfast.
All right, Anthony, let's talk about the real divide. Asset havers versus asset chasers.
Yeah, that's the big question, right? And so many people say, Manly, I have to be rich to own assets, right? No, you just have to be intentional. You can be granular. You don't have to be Daddy Warbucks to be able to have asset positions. Most Americans are spending thousands of dollars a year to feel comfortable instead of becoming financially flexible. And I know you have some numbers to prove that.
Yeah, Anthony, here's the breakdown. I have real numbers from the Bureau of Statistics and Labor that I just printed off the printer. I'm just going to run through a couple of them that are kind of poking out to me as like, holy cow, is this real? Hey, people have a daily coffee habit going to Starbucks. It adds up to like $2,500 a year on a daily habit. Eating out, $18,000 a year. Streaming services, like $1,200 a year. Premium Wi-Fi and AI, that's another $1,500. This all adds up to like $26,000 a year. And these are things that, I didn't have to deal with when I was younger. Today, I have some of these bills, but I mean, they're real impacts. We need to make choices. What do you think, Anthony? Fill me in.
Manly, 25,000 where people say, sorry, I can't afford to buy. They're financing comfort, period, end of story. If you see those numbers and they talk about how they can't afford, yet they're spending thousands of dollars on Starbucks a year, thousands of dollars on streaming services, that is 100% chasing comfort and not math. I mean, that's facts.
Hey, Anthony, the K economy is not about income. It's about behavior. Comfort drains, calculation compounds. End of story.
Yeah, I mean, you could take those numbers and with two neighbors, the same job, the same car, the same street. One is building equity and one is building debt. And it's all about chasing convenience. People need to wake up and say, okay, if I do want to get myself in a better financial position, maybe I need to lay off the lattes. And that's facts.
Hey, asset havers own appreciating stuff, homes, stock, small businesses. Asset chasers, they lease comfort, phones, subscriptions, cars. It's part of it.
Yeah, and you don't need millions to shift, right, Manly? You just need flexibility. You just need to meet in the middle. Rent some rooms, reduce debt, repurpose spending. You just got to think outside the box.
Anthony, you got to be intentionally uncomfortable, the kind that buys you freedom later. Super important.
Yeah, intentionally uncomfortable. Calculated uncomfortable is so much better than uncalculated uncomfortable later on. Make your life hard now so that way your life's easy in the future. If you're trying to make your life easy now, you're going to make your life harder in the future and you have no choice about it because $25,000 of comfy spending every year, dude, in 60 months, that's $250,000 of wealth. That's crazy. That's a lot of money. In 10 years, $250,000. I mean, people start need to look at the math.
Hey, that's how you wake up in the upper half of the K with your money working while you sleep.
The Special K pinch. Uh-oh.
Oh, what?
I just did the Special K pinch.
What's that?
A little test to see if you need to watch your weight. If you can pinch more than an inch, you probably do. And I did.
I bet I know what you're having for breakfast.
Can you pinch more than an inch? Try the Special K breakfast. Protein, vitamins, iron, just 240 calories.
Anthony, let's do a 5-year reality check on our comfort versus calculation.
Manly, the K curve really comes down to this. You're either chasing comfort or you're chasing math. It's that simple.
Right. The upper leg of the K is math in motion. Compounding, positioning, leveraging. The lower leg, it's comfort in motion. Swiping, streaming, waiting for things to feel right.
Yeah, they're basically out of fear. They're making decisions out of that. Over the last 5 years, we've seen it all. We've seen pandemics, inflation spikes, layoffs, stimulus booms, Fed hikes, shutdowns, AI. You name it, it's been there, and it's never going away.
Hey, but one constant mile marker every single time, the people who owned assets came out ahead.
That's the big defining issue. If you're on the top of the K curve, you have assets. If you're on the bottom of the K curve, you're chasing assets. Every single one, homeowners, investors, anyone who stayed ahead of the game, while the ones who let fear dictate their decisions, they missed every single pit stop. And they are lying to themselves going, well, I missed it, so I'll just wait, I'll just wait, I'll just wait. That's what got them there in the first place. Stop waiting and start doing calculated decisions. Math is your best friend because math never lies.
That's the thing, Anthony. Every economy has uncertainty, but uncertainty rewards participation, not paralysis.
You will always leave a cycle with one of two things, either assets that get stronger or debt that gets heavier. You pick. Do you want to be chasing assets or do you want to be holding on to assets? And you don't need to be rich to do it. You just need to be economical about it. You can spend $2,500 a year in Starbucks, or you could put $2,500 in a yield savings, and I guarantee you'll have enough money to start doing things responsibly.
Hey, it's not about how the market reacts. It's about how you react to the market.
Exactly, Manly. The economy isn't your enemy. Indecision is. Fear is. Uncalculated risk is. Make your life harder today so it's easier tomorrow. Not easier today, so it's definitely harder tomorrow.
If you guys are liking all the information you're getting from us, if you're feeling that we're educating you, please smash that like button, subscribe, DM us with any thoughts or ideas for our show, and also tell your friends and family about it.
Okay, Manly, let's talk about home ownership and how it moves you up on the K.
Home ownership isn't just about the roof, it's about a financial lever.
Yeah, I mean, when we look at the math, right, since 2019, values have gone up by almost 50%. And that's nationwide. That's not micro. The average homeowner, they gained over $27,000 a year in equity alone just last year.
Renters, they paid someone else, and they have little to show for it.
Yeah, just go on their social media feeds. When you see them on their lavish vacations and sending their kids off to college, that's off of your dime. The average homeowner, their net worth sits at almost $400,000, and the renter, just over $10,000. That's shocking, and that should definitely get you out of your seat.
Hey, that's leverage, flexibility, and generational opportunity all in one decision.
Yeah, and you'd never want to time the market. You want to participate. Every year you wait, you're buying someone else's asset and you're funding someone else's vacation. And, some people are just out, they don't know what to do about it. And I tell them, just look at your situation and use that as fuel. Put that into your mind so that way you can get a different perspective and start doing something different than what you're doing now.
Anthony, the answer is to get on the K before it curves away.
The one and only taste. Know how to take a breakfast and make it frosted flakes are more than good.
It's time for the ever popular, the Mortgage 101 Rate Tracker. Anthony, tell us what's happening with our predictions and how they're panning out.
That's right, Manly. So this is really important for our viewers so they can see where we're tracking year to date. All right. So in the beginning of the year, Manly and I set out and said, we're going to see rates by the time we see December, after we're done eating turkey, between 5.8 and 6.25. So let's see where this pans out. In January, we started out at 6.65% market volatility, and the Feds were delaying. In February, it went up again to 6.73, wrong direction. In March, again, 6.81. We're almost touching sevens because the yields climbed, the CPI was sticky, but then April showers came, 6.74, and it's due to the jobs cooled down, and the index was really lower. And in May, it went down down again to 6.685. That was because inflation was easing. In June, 6.64. July, it ticked up to 6.71. We're fighting that because the MBS demand returns and they weren't getting it. But then July, after that, we saw August come down to 6.69, and it's been nothing but a slip and slide. September, 6.67 because of investor caution. October, we are now down to 6.22. It's not the end of the month yet, but because the yields went under 4% at 3.98, Convexity kept the drop modest, but it is still a sizable drop. We are now within the threshold, Manly, of the 5.8 and 6.25. We are there, and we still have 2 months, potentially one rate cut left. Time will only tell if we see the fives.
Hey, the average year to date sits at 6.22. It's right in our prediction lane, so I'm calling that a win so far.
So the moral of the story, rates are dropping. They're going to continue to drop. It's not a question of if, it's just a question of when and by how much.
Hey, Anthony, if the Fed signals even one more rate cut, that's going to bring it down to 5.9 or 6.1. The band is absolutely in play if we see that happen, my friend. We're right in our lane. Love it.
There are times when a tiger can change his stripes. When he charges up on Kellogg's Supercharged Frosted Flakes as part of a complete breakfast, Supercharged Frosted Flakes cereal can help fuel you up and turn you into a whole different animal.
They're great. Whoa, I better get that adjusted.
That's right, folks. It's time for the famous Buzzword Breakdown with our famous producer, Ryan.
And speaking of our producer, Ryan, I hear he's wearing the famous Tony the Tiger t-shirt, flashing his secret decoder ring he got after buying, 4,500 boxes of cornflakes and the special K-Hard healthy kind? What you got, Ryan?
I can say I'm very bloated, but what can I say? Breakfast loyalty pays off. Let's crunch those buzzwords, gents. Your first word today is convexity.
Convexity, that's the math behind why rates sometimes bounce even as yields drop.
It's investor psychology protecting returns. Too much liquidity, too fast, your cereal gets soggy.
All right, up next today we got sticky rates.
Ooh, like honey, they move slow.
It's also investor hesitation, right? The slowness is Fed uncertainty rolled in together.
The market's polite way of saying we're not ready to commit yet.
All right, up third we have yield curve.
Yield curve, I got this one. That's the line connecting the short and the long-term treasuries, right? We need to know where our basis points are, both short-term and long-term. That's what that is.
When it flips upside down, it's the economy warning us.
Yeah, and right now it's still inverted, right? It's flashing yellow.
All right, up next we have equity cushion.
Hey, that's the gap between your home's value and your mortgage balance.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, homeowners right now have an average of more than 30% in equity. They are swimming in value right now. That's the ultimate safety net.
Financial airbags. Don't drive without them.
All right, our final term for today is K-economy.
Ooh. 2 lanes, 1 highway. The top invests, the bottom consumes.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same data, but it's 2 different destinies. It's 2 different manuscripts. It's 2 people in the same world, but opposite universes.
And serial lessons of the day, champions own the ball.
I'm 80 years old, and I love Kellogg's Frosted Flakes.
Brave adults are coming forward to challenge the notion that Frosted Flakes is just a kid's cereal.
I eat them, I love them, and I don't care who knows.
With that extra crunch in milk, that frosting just right, they have a taste adults can love every bit as much as kids.
Okay, Manly, give us the real deal, real world win from the field of what you've seen that was a big W, over the past month.
Anthony, this is a great success story. We have 2 teachers side by side. They both have been renting for 8 years, and And then one decided they thought they missed a window, but they're going to buy in 2021. They bought for $340,000. Hey, that property right now is worth $415,000. So we also refinanced that person from 7.1% to 6.4%. Not only did they pick up $75,000 in equity gain, but they saved $260 a month. Meanwhile, the other renter who stayed a renter, their old landlord, they raised the rent by $400 a month. Woo! Same paycheck, two outcomes, upper K, lower K. Anthony, this is a big win. Tell me your thoughts on this.
And it really kind of exploits the elephant in the room, which is the only difference between the upper K and the lower K is the upper K own assets. The lower K doesn't. They chase assets. So when things go up like inflation and cost of living, the person who owns the assets, they only see materialized gains. Whereas the person who's chasing assets, they're seeing higher cost of living, higher cost of lodging, higher cost of eating and materials and goods. So life is shrinking on them, not expanding, all because they're asset chasers and not asset havers. It is so important to understand this, so that way the next 5 years, they don't continue the same cycle.
Those are the facts, Anthony. It's a really glaring story as what's happening out there in our world today.
Kellogg's Corn Flakes presents Cornelius Rooster. Nothing gets you crowing in the morning like Kellogg's Corn Flakes.
Final thoughts. The K economy is a mirror. It shows whether you're chasing comfort or chasing math.
That's right, Manly. In the past 5 years, has proved one thing. The market is always going to change, but home ownership, that's your constant, and that's always going to be a win.
Yeah. Anthony, you can't control policy or volatility, but you can control whether you participate.
That's right. And you can't let fear dictate what your decisions are going to be. You have to react with purpose. You have to make sure that you're not going to end up on the wrong side of the K. You want to be an asset haver, not an asset chaser.
Because the K doesn't decide your fate. You do.
Speaking of fate, Manly, and flakes, knock knock.
Anthony, we're not doing the knock-knock jokes anymore. We've gone through this 1,000 times.
Oh, yes, we are. In my greatest Tony the Tiger voice, knock knock.
Gosh, who's there?
Tony.
Tony who?
Tony says the economy ain't great, but owning your home, that's the real breakfast of champions.
Oh boy, I am out. My cereal is super soggy.
Oh my God. Oh, Lord. Hey, thanks for watching the Mortgage 101 podcast, laughing along with us in these crazy, corny jokes. We really appreciate you guys.
Yes, and be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. We'd love your support, and we appreciate it so much.
If this episode helped you feel more confident about your home buying journey, do us a favor. Share it with a friend, subscribe, leave a review, and if you've got a question or a topic you want us to cover, hit us up with a DM or a comment. Thanks for listening to the Mortgage 101 podcast. We'll see you next time.
Hopefully you like all the education that you're getting from Manly and I. Do us a favor and smash that like button, subscribe and follow, and tell all your friends and family about it.